Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. Thank you all so much for being here. So today we're going to take a look at the new moon that's occurring on July 5th or 6th, depending on where you live in the world. We're going to take a look at each life path number and what this new moon could hold in store. Before we get into the forecast, this is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading or forecast for your own personal numerology, please go to my website and book some time with me. I would love to work with you and take a closer look. All right, so let's take a look at what this new moon has in store for us. Life path number 9. So you all are going to be working with the energy of the 2 and the 3 for this new moon. And this is interesting because it's really bringing in a focus on relationships. And it's not just romantic relationships. It's the art of relating to one another, which can be friendships, colleagues, you name it, the person that you meet in the store and say hi to or whatever. So it's relating to other people. This is definitely coming into a strong focus here, as well as your own authenticity and uniqueness with the vibration of the 3. So really what this is saying is this new moon is asking you to check how you are showing up to relationships. Does it feel authentic? Do you feel like you are showing up as truly you? Or do you feel like you're minimizing who you are, minimizing your needs to accommodate the other person or to make the other person feel comfortable? And this can be, let's say that, I don't know, this is such a random example, but let's say that you get an Uber. It's so random. Let's say that you get an Uber and it's only you and the driver in that Uber. And it's hot, it's a hot day outside and they have the heat on, right? Are you going to speak up for yourself and say, could you please turn the heat off, or could you turn on the aircon, or could we open a window? Or are you going to sit and suffer through that excruciating heat because you don't want to upset that other person? You don't want to, make that other person uncomfortable or put that other person out, right? So it's that kind of energy where it's saying in your exchanges with other people, are you sacrificing yourself for the needs of others? Are you sacrificing or minimizing yourself and your own needs to make others comfortable? Because the 3 is coming in to say, no more of that. This is a time to really speak up for yourself, for truly being yourself in all relationships, like all connections, right? Like where everybody that meets you is meeting you, not this facade that you've put out into the world to please others or to accommodate others. This 3 energy is coming in strongly to say there's a better way, and the better way is to be yourself. And I know it's trite, I know it's cliche, but it's true. It's the more authentic that we can be, and it's not easy. It is not easy. It's probably one of the hardest things to do, is to be ourselves in a world that asks us to be like everybody else. Or to sacrifice ourselves for others type of thing. And especially as a 9, right? Like 9 is such a sacrificial type of energy, or it can be in an extreme. And so the 9 has to be really careful not to sacrifice self, but to compromise, to find that compromise. So again, with the Uber example, it might be that, you say, hey, can you turn the heat off? Can we put on the aircon? And they'll say, well, how about if I just turn the heat off and we just crack the windows or something or whatever, right? So it's finding that compromise. But in order to find that compromise, you have to speak up for yourself. You have to tell the world what you need. But that needs to also come from a place of authenticity. What do you need? And you might not know what you need yet, but you'll figure it out, right? But the only way to figure it out is by expressing yourself as truly and authentically as you can. And again, this goes with all connections because you got the 3 and the 2. So a lot could come in here, and you could see that you're being kind of confronted with relationships at this time that really kind of push you to speak up for yourself, push you to ask for what you need, to speak up for yourself, to be you, right? And not, again, see your needs as less valuable or less important than the other person's needs. It really is, because of this 2 energy, about finding common ground, compromise, not sacrifice. So a lot could be coming up around any of your relationships at this time where it's saying, and also with your relationship with yourself, where is it that you don't feel worthy to express yourself, to speak up for yourself, to have the spotlight, to sort of have your needs met? Where is it that you feel like you're always meeting everybody else's needs, but your needs aren't being met? And the question would be, where is it that you're not asking for your needs to be met, right? Because that's another thing with a 9 energy that can be challenging, is it's such a giving energy, right? It's the humanitarian. So a lot of times 9s have a very difficult time with asking for what they need and then receiving that without feeling like they have to go overboard in reciprocation. And so it's finding that healthy balance, that healthy dance. And ultimately, that's the key word, balance. I think around this new moon, it's going to kind of show you where it is that things are out of balance, like where it is within your relationships that things might not be that equal exchange of energy, where there might not be that reciprocity. And it doesn't mean that that relationship has to end. It just means that there needs to be greater communication and greater clarity around those needs, right? Like recognizing your limitations and then expressing those limitations or those needs. But that requires vulnerability, right? So a lot here, 9s, a lot here, but it does really have a lot to do with you speaking up for yourself, you truly stepping into your own essence and not minimizing who you are or what you need, because there's validity in that. So big energy here. It could feel really uncomfortable. Both of these energies could feel really uncomfortable. I would say definitely the 3 at this time, but it's really just pushing you to, if you don't know what you want, to explore that and figure it out and then express it. And if you do know what you want, how can you express it in a way that feels true to you? And, so there's a lot here. Communication is also a big one with this energy. So communicating your needs, communicating how you feel, what you want, what you need to thrive. If you're not communicating it, you're not giving the other person the opportunity to meet you there, right? And if you're expecting them to guess, they're going to get it wrong. So there's a lot here about taking a closer look at your communication style when it comes to relationships. How are you expressing yourself? How are you, speaking up for what you need? And how are you getting your needs met, right? So beautiful energy here. I hope it's a great one. Take care, 9s. Bye for now.